Huh?
I can't now.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Lee. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports.
Playing for my line.
We've got a good one on tap today. There's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Bradford's Eagles going up against Carr's Raiders. With that, we'll get you out to Oakland. So we'll hand it over to our colleagues, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Thank you very much, Larry. We are here on a beautiful afternoon for football. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Oakland Raiders. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up. Pass the 30.
Why? Oh, no, I didn't. Oh. Oh, I don't know why I said that.
On the ground, the first carry for Ryan Matthews. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
On 2nd down, Ryan Matthews. And he's brought down. Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs.
Anytime a team goes on the road, there's always that little bit of fear that maybe they could be affected by their hometown crowd. But this is where game planning really came into play. They talked about it all week. Go in there, establish yourselves. Well, that run right there, that slows down the crowd and gives them a lot of confidence.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll go for it here on 4th down. A big call on the game's opening drive. Now Wentz will keep it. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
I like the reasoning. It's too far for a field goal, and it's too short to really get a big field position edge on a punt. Let's go for it. And sure enough, it's the ground game that's able to convert for them on 4th down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The wide receivers, often a very, very talented group, and that's the case here.
And they don't mind showcasing it either. Those guys love to be flashy, love to make big plays out in the open field. They will attempt to do so in this game.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front, they moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Throwing now is Wentz. Screen pass to Sproles. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
So now on is Caleb Sturgis for the Eagle field goal. It'll be a 47-yard attempt from the left hash.
I didn't mean to do that.
Fake it. He wants to throw it here. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work. Well, there's 2 sides here. I guess you could pinpoint and look at the offense and say, oh, man, what a disaster. Hey, the defense, though, they came through.
Preparation's the key to everything, and when you're on the defensive side of the ball and in special teams meetings, you prepare for plays like this, and in this case, they were actually able to win it.
All right, here we go.
Here's the option going right. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup. Good enough for an Oakland 1st down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it. But it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses. And now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
The defense in an enviable position here. The offense needs 13 yards. It's 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat on blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach, because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot in the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if that changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
We'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now
oh, my arms smell like Bobby's.
Type player. Half defensive back that covers
Hey,
passes.
I'm keeping it real, but I don't want it to go wrong.
His arms smell like 7 niggas playing basketball in front of him.
One partner, no need to be fancy there. Just use some force and move forward and pick up the 1st down.
So the run gets them the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. And the Oakland Raiders... offense heading onto the field, and you talk about their quarterback spot. Derek Carr, he's had some struggles in the preseason, hasn't he?
He has had those, but I don't expect there to be a quick hook or anything of that nature. He's expected to be their starting quarterback for a long time. But behind him, they've gotten a good look at Connor Cook, who is their 4th-round selection. And I talked with someone from the Raiders front office. They think he can be an absolute steal. Wouldn't be surprised if he moved to number 2 ahead of Matt McGloin when the season begins.
10 yards on the pickup there, and that'll be good for an Oakland first down.
We just saw what a lot of teams call a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game. That signifies they want to run the football. Yeah, occasionally they'll play action and throw it, but most of the time, those guys on the field means strength, power, run the ball behind them. And now what a lot of teams are doing is they're taking an extra offensive tackle and putting him in a tight end zone to give them even more blocking power. And we just saw it on that play.
And he'll be taken down at the 41-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
And time for us to take a break here in the booth. We'll come back to Oakland after this. They go play action from Murray. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. Look at this. Middle of the field. A breakaway. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
It's so nice to hear you actually give kudos to the defense. It is so nice for such an offensive guy like that. I love it. He dialed things up, and boy, a big play resulted for his guys.
Well, you like the credit to the defense there, right, my friend?
Yeah, do I ever?
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. Here's Murray now as they run it to start the drive. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a first down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. Positive run. They got a good push by the guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Pardon the rim to the 2nd quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Back deep is Darren Sproles. And now the up man has it. It's a fake. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. The Eagles offense now, they head back on the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Ryan Matthews scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Eagles add on to their lead. And there's a flag on the field. And he puts it through. Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defenseless position, and he just gets taken out.
Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
Throwing on first down is Carr. His throw incomplete. And switching gears here a little bit, you know, the players always talk to us about their Madden ratings. And it's Madden release week.
Yeah, they're never real happy about it.
They never are they?
No, they're really not. They always think they're better or want to be better, and they want to see it increase and improve as the season goes along. But just last week, I was at an NFL training camp and heard a couple of guys talking about playing Madden. And one guy said, yeah, you just wait till next week when the new game comes out. I'm going to get you. Well, next week is here. Those guys are probably getting ready to go at it real soon.
Carr now on first down. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 11 yards on the pickup, and they're going to be staring at a third and long here. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On third down, Murray. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth.
One of the things I love about this game is as a match.
And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Marquette King now to kick it for Oakland. Now Sproles. A good return there, 17 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Fletcher Cox forcing his way through there to drop him for a loss of a good 10 yards. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Carr to throw on second down. Now he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked the ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. They'll come out in the pistol. Here's Carr to throw. And that is incomplete. Latavius Murray, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And that's going to make it fourth down. Here's Marquette King now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Sproles, the return. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Eagles take possession. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, now that we got a quick break in the action, I've got to get this one in. Dre Kirkpatrick of the Bengals goes to a recent practice session. Now, it wasn't at their facility, right? It went to a high school.
Yeah, West Carrollton High School outside of Dayton. Forgot his shoes.
He forgot his cleats?
And one of the players on that high school team had a size 13. Now, Kirkpatrick wears size 12. But he said it fit perfectly, got him through the practice.
Yeah, he couldn't be real picky about the whole thing, right? I mean, 12, 13, he
just
was fortunate.
He was able to practice.
The kid has a 13.
Now Wentz. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, 22.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Give him 16 on the pickup, and the Eagles are going to have a first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game, and with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
Let's see if they can convert here on 3rd and 3. One receiver left, 2 to the right. Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Ryan Matthews, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles had 6 to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, Saquon's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so. And they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
Carr now to throw. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll make it second down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The big tight end, Clive Walford, the intended target. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Whenever they're trying to attack a zone defense, you're trying to figure out where your gaps are going to be. And depending on what type of zone they're playing, it could be on the outside, it could be in the middle, it could be in the seams, in the edges. In this case, they tried to attack the middle of the field, but this zone defense didn't allow it because they were able to see the ball come off the quarterback's hands, and everyone was able to react to the football and knock it away.
Michael Crabtree, the intended receiver, and it'll be 4th down.
Really good, smart play by the defense, understanding 3rd and short, guarding the first down sticks, and being able to make a play on the football and bat it down.
Yeah.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 5. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He gets this one to Michael Crabtree. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. And they're going to speed things up here. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chain. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On 1st down, Carr. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Carl trying again on 2nd down. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line.
That was a nicely run slant route. And what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
Quick pass play there on the slant, Charles. Works out well for the offense.
The offense loves it. The defender hates it. Hard to get through the body of the receiver to get to the football trying to cover a slant.
15, and now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense.
All right, here we go. Alert.
Carr now on 1st down. That's caught at the 3. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just 1 timeout remaining still in the 3rd quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back. They come up in an offset eye. Carr to throw again. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Marcel Reese is fullback, the intended target. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. Now they bring a receiver in motion right. They'll run here. It's Murray. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Latavius Murray taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Raiders get a score closer. And they're able to run it in. It started with the battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Fielded about a yard deep. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And now the Eagles offense back out onto the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
It takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that.
I know throughout his pro career, Ryan Matthews has been injury-riddled, but the best part of his game to me is his ability to break tackles and run with power and physicality.
And a prime example of that right there on that play. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. On 1st down, Wentz. Now they go screen, it's complete. And he eventually goes down, but not before reaching the 30-yard line. Back now in the East Bay. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Now a 20th carry for Ryan Matthews. And now look at this. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Matthews, 29 yards. And the Eagles add on to their lead.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. Now after the touchdown, it's Sturgis to send it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent. But you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down. Now that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage. It'll go as a gain of 12, and it'll give the Raiders a first down. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That will be their third and final stoppage, as they'll only have the 2-minute warning now remaining. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now Carr again. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. So the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
On the crossing route, he hits his man, Amari Cooper. It's a gain of 7, and it's a 2nd down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but Murray fighting, lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
So after a run like that, I will guarantee that the head coach is saying to himself, maybe even over his headsets to the rest of the staff, what was that all game long? We needed that. That's the type of run we planned for going into the game. Didn't get much of that, but let's move it forward. Let's build on it, get ready for the next week, and let's go play.
Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. So second and goal here from the 9. That was second down run for Murray. It's a pickup of 3, but still a little work to do on third and goal. An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it won't be easy.
Throwing now is Carr, and it is incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt, and the Eagles defense able to hold. And out now come the Eagles. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last time when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they weren't going to be that easy, right? To be able to replicate it. There's a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, I'd say that run's pretty emblematic of what we've seen all day long. No matter what they've done on offense, this offensive line has controlled the line of scrimmage, given them time to throw it, run it, do whatever they wanted. That's why there are points up on the board. And right now, the psyche of the offense, we're in control, and we can do whatever we feel like doing out here on the field.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
So while the offense has had a big day, no one on that side of the ball is excited about seeing a loss like that. Their goal, to make every play positive. And when you have a bad one like that, your next goal is to not let it spiral into more.
Mario Edwards Jr. there to bring him down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that will...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Reggie Nelson. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Carr now to throw. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target. And that's going to bring up a third down. They come out 5 wide. 3 of them to the right side. Here's Carr to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down. Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
He's brought down that time by a couple of Raiders. Now it's 2nd and 7. Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. And you know, winning is good for all the obvious reasons. But if for nothing else, it makes tomorrow's film session a little more palatable, doesn't it?
Oh, indeed it does. Sometimes it helps you in the grading because the coaches will look at it, and if it's a borderline play for you, if you won the game, you might get a plus in your column instead of a minus.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Oakland, we sign off. So long, everybody.